In the previous video, we established the interior wall surfaces, and now in this video we're going to put in a series of interior doors. And of course that's pretty straightforward. We're going to go into door, and you'll see here that there's a series of flush doors already set, and I'm going to look at that, and we'll see the door, the thickness of the frame, its height, and so forth. And then you'll see door material, door panel. Let's go and look at that material. And you'll see it's wood. And let's say that I wanted to do this as paint first instead of wood. And so what I'm going to do is go in and find a white gypsum board. That's not what I want. Porcelain, not really. Let's see what I have that has paint in it. Nothing that has paint. Oh, here we go. Here are paints. Now, someone asked me, what happens if I don't have those libraries down below? And that's controlled by this right here. Okay, if you click on this, this will open the default libraries, the Autodesk materials and AC materials. So when it's open, when I do a search, it'll also do a search here. And so I'm going to go with steel paint, ivory finish, and I'm going to select that and then upload this. Now it should be uploaded right there. I'm going to say apply. Okay. And now the door material is a steel door ivory finish, and I'm going to do the same thing for the frame. Have it find that again. There we go, ivory. Say OK, apply. I made a mistake there. I probably really should have duplicated that and put white out beside it. I think what I'll do is go into edit type and do exactly that, so that I know this is, and be more accurate. Let's say ivory. Say OK. And then I'm going to put this door in, and as you can see, it flips back and forth. Okay, and I'm just going to, once again, I'm not going to worry where they go. I'm just going to put them in. And so these are the restrooms. So I know I do want them to flip to the interior. And I'm going to do the same thing here. To the interior. This one should flip the other direction, so I'm going to use the little arrows here to change it from a left swing to a right swing. Here, once again, put that one in. Since this is egress, since it's a closet, they probably would allow us to open the door to the outside. So I'm just going to right now put that in as if I can, and then flip that door. But you might not be able to, because it would technically block egress. But since this is not really an occupied space, they may allow us to do that. And I'd rather have the room inside the closet. We want a door here, of course, and of course that door needs to lead to the exit, so it has to open into the corridor towards the exit. Same thing here. So we have a nice flow, and that pretty much does it. Okay. Now I can come back and reset these so that they're an appropriate dimension. If this is a 3-foot door, half of 3 foot is 1 foot 6 inches, and if I want 4 inches on this side, then 1 foot 10 inches. Would that be correct? Let's try it out and see. No, that's from the center there. Okay, that's not what I want. I want 4 inches on this side, and that's kind of the minimum that you need. So let's put this back. Another way to do that is use dimensions, as I've done before. And then select the door and change the dimension to 4 inches. Whoops. Okay. So now I have my 4-inch door in, or my door 4 inches from the wall. Whoops. Don't want to do that, but do want to do that. Okay, and so I can go in and visually, for this initial design phase, we can probably just eyeball most of these. Once we have one that we know is 4 inches, we can see that this one's not quite. Or you can go back and dimension them all. I'm going to go in here and just kind of eyeball them correctly. So now I'm ready to put an opening in this wall to get to the elevator and the elevator door, since those are separate things. They're not embedded in the wall. And to do that, I'm going to show you how to edit the profile of an interior wall. And so what I'm going to do is put that opening in this wall right here, and to do that, I'm going to create me another view. Let's go back to view so you can see that. Okay, I'm going to create me an elevation view, but in this case I'm going to put it on the inside, and so this is going to be what we call an interior elevation. So if I click right there, I now have an interior elevation. If I click on this line, you can see my interior elevation runs from here to here. Okay, and so I can move that, of course, move it closer. This is kind of the depth of that, kind of like a section, but it doesn't cut. Okay, so if I want to be able to see other lines, also this puts the limit. So if I wanted to say I wanted my interior elevation just to be on that wall right there, I could set that boundary. And then if I double click on this, I'm going to go into my interior elevation, and so you can see my interior elevation here. If I go to my elevations, you'll see that they've set an elevation called elevation 1A, and this is a designation that's usually given to interiors. So now what I want to do is change the profile of this wall. So let's tab here and select that wall. So this wall, I want to put an opening right here next to my egress door. And to do that, I'm going to edit the profile. So go into edit profile, and then I'm going to just start drawing some lines to give me some guidelines. So I'm going to draw a line from here to there, and then edit that. So we'll go modify. Okay, so this is the interior space, the 10-foot interior space right there, and then I'm going to draw a line off the center of this, and then I'm going to do my kind of draw the line in, set the dimension later rule. In this case, because of the internal snap, it looks like I got my 2 foot 6 inches, because I wanted this opening to be 5 feet from here to here, and this has got 2 foot 6 inches. So I locked off on that, and so I'm going to delete that line because I don't need it anymore. It was just a guideline, and then I'm going to use my trim command to trim my opening, and I want to trim this line right here for that wall, but I need to break it first. So I'm going to go to the break command here and do a break, and then I can, whoops, got the wrong side of that. I want this side and this side and this side and this side. Now I actually have cut an opening, a vertical opening into that interior partition wall, and I'm going to say OK, and voila, there's my opening. And if I now go back to my floor plan, I probably have way too many views open, but you can see my floor plan, and the wall's been cut back at the right dimension. So that completes kind of openings for my core drawing here, and the next one we're going to talk about how to make these into rooms and to label them.